Foxcatcher. This is a film by some guy. He did Moneyball and Capote, something like that. Foxcatcher stars Channing Tatum, Mark Ruffalo, Steve Carell, and it's based on a true life story about John DuPont, some wrestler guy, or what's his face. Foxcatcher is a very, very artsy type film. So you got like your acting, your directing, and everything's all like... So it's Foxcatcher, which is like a wrestling camper team or something, and they're trying to get to be like the official wrestling team for America in the Olympics, and this is a movie about that and Channing Tatum. So it stars Channing Tatum. He's the guy. He's like, oh, I'm a wrestler. He's got his older brother, Mark Ruffalo, and he's a better wrestler, but I guess his days are done or something, so he's coaching now. So Channing Tatum's like wrestling and he's doing some stuff, and then he gets a call from Steve Carell to come to their camp and wrestle for them. And then that's all the plot I'm going to give you. It's not like it's like one of those super heavy plot-driven movies. Just like, I don't feel like summarizing the movie for you. It's like, you know, what's the point of seeing the first half hour of the movie if you watch a review? Like, so this movie looked like it was going to be like a very Oscar-y type good, like, oh, like you watch the trailer and the music going like boom, 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 and like, Fox, this is going to be so intense. And you see Steve Carell. Wait, Steve Carell? This guy is this guy. He's got a little makeup on him, clearly, but, like, I think walking into this, I would not have known that was Steve Carell. I really love it when a movie takes a really well-known actor and puts him in a completely different type of role. Like, this is actually acting. Like, if you play, like, actors tend to become themselves on film, and then you're like, alright, Liam Neeson is always Liam Neeson. And you're like, Steve Carell, this is really serious, hardcore acting, and I really hope he gets nominated for Best So everybody acts fantastically in the movie. I mean, Channing Tatum kind of plays... He plays a less charismatic, straight-up, like, lower IQ version of Channing Tatum. And Mark Ruffalo is like he kind of walks a little bit differently. Acting based off of, like, real-life people, like, you can watch footage of them and study their mannerisms, how they walk, how they talk, their facial expressions. And that's the one, like, good thing about based on a true story, which really I don't care about at all. Like, that's supposed to scare me more when a horror movie actually happened. It's like, yeah, so what? So, the acting is fantastic. However, everything else suffers in this movie. So there's a scene, and it'll like show a house, or like the inside room of a house for a few seconds. And then people will walk in and start talking. It's like, alright, that was 6 seconds that should just not have been in the movie. Like, you just trying to... It's like 2 hours long, and it feels like 3. It moves
so slowly. Oh my god.
Like, there's a bunch of really good, intense stuff at the end, and there's a few really well-directed scenes in there, but, like... Alright, look at, like, Django Unchained. It's a 2-hour, 45-minute movie. And people could say, that's really long. Okay, we gotta cut it down. What scene do we take out? I don't know. You look at Foxcatcher, I can think of a few. Like, it just shows Mark Ruffalo, like, living and moving around for, like, the first 10 minutes of the movie, and you're like, let's go! The music is pretty good. At the beginning, there's, like, some cool tunes playing, like Foxcatcher, and I feel like it's gonna be this really creepy, like, what a true story, oh my gosh. But again, it's like, you got 45 minutes of story in a 2-hour movie. And there's some really well-directed scenes, there's some really good acting, and there's some really intense moments. But it takes way too long to get there. I mean, I don't really like wrestling anyway. I think it's sweaty and gross, and I'm like, I want a sport like, yeah, football. Like, football isn't sweaty and gross. Whatever. That's why I play video games. And make movies on YouTube. So yeah, Foxcatcher's definitely got some good things in there. It's just really poorly edited and really way too long. Like and subscribe. I'm mostly Tomsky. Fare thee well.